Macca's guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here, playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies, and in this video I'm going to show you how to craft the Beam Smasher Wonder Weapon, which is specific to this Terminus map. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is to just follow the on-screen objective markers. This will take you to the Pack-a-Punch room where you'll power the lift. And from then, the next step is to get enough salvage in order to buy dead wire. And you're going to want to put it on a gun that has a rapid fire rate. Dead wire will cost you 500 salvage from one of the arsenal stations. With dead wire active, you're going to want to ride the Pack-a-Punch lift upward and shoot the 5 electrical boxes in the correct order. The first one is through the window, the second one is on the side of the wall, the last one is kind of above you where the lift stops. Then you can go inside of the building where you can find Juggernog, and then it'll connect to a panel just outside. There isn't necessarily a time limit. You can take as long as you want. You do have to shoot them in the correct order though, which you can tell by the electrical animation. The 5th box will open up a door to a secret room, which you can now go inside, grab the zombie underneath the table and take them out to get the EMP fob. You can now travel to the C tower, and here in the corner you'll be able to find a briefcase with a hand attached to it. Open it up to find the multiphasic resonator, and after grabbing that you'll want to find the 3 laptops available on the map, and they're going to be marked with 3 letters, X, Y, and Z. You don't actually have to memorize the symbols on the laptop or which one's which, but you'll find one in the storage area. You'll find another one on top of communications, and you'll find a third one by the C docks. Once you've interacted with all 3 of the laptops and you have that multiphasic resonator, go back into that secret room we opened up earlier and interact with the computer on the table twice. This will allow you to put the resonator inside and attach the post-it notes to the front of it. Let's do some math now. So inside of this research office, the first thing I want to point out is the 2 blackboards. Let's focus on the one on the left first with the symbols. And the way to read this is that the numbers are based on the row and the column. I'll overlay some text onto the screen so you can see which symbol represents which number. Now that we know how to read the chart, take the post-it notes that we got from the laptops and apply those symbols to that chart to get values for X, Y, and Z. If you're playing solo, you may want to pause just to give yourself a little bit more time. Using this logic, I've determined my X is worth 0, my Y is 10, and my Z is 20. Yours will be different. Now you want to take the equations on the right-hand side board and apply your variables into the equations to get numbers for the first, second, and third equation. You will need to know your order of operations from 6th grade math. In Canada, we called it bedmass, which means that brackets go first. And for the simplicity of the equations we have on screen, multiplication will go next, addition and subtraction are last. This may be worth pausing again if you're playing solo, but in my case, once I've applied all of my variables, I found that my combination is 11, 45, and 30. Your other option, which I don't recommend, is just to flat out bribe Peck with 5,000 credits and he'll give you the solution. Now that we know our unique code to our game, go ahead and interact with the computer, put in the 3 values to solve the puzzle. At this point, you'll need to progress 1 full round, and this will finally allow you to also grab the multiphasic resonator out of the computer. It's not ready until at least 1 full round passes. With that out of the way, it's time to go down to the docks, summon a boat, and take it to the islands. And we're gonna have to do 3 things 3 times. Obviously, it's a video game, so it has to be that way. And when we're on the islands, we're gonna see the orbs. There will be a blue orb, then I believe a green orb, and then a purple orb. And there's a little bit of a mini game that we're going to have to do at each of the stations. I'll kind of explain it once, and then we'll kind of move on in the video a little bit further. When you get to this orb, interact with it using the multiphasic resonator, and it'll begin to glow. And then you're going to have to start killing zombies, and some of them are going to drop little bits of energy. And what you need to do is you need to pick that energy up from the ground and deliver it to the resonator. And you're going to have to do this 3 times at each orb. So at this blue orb, we're going to do it 3 times, and after the 3rd time, it's going to be complete. After fully charging it at one island, you can always come back to the computer to look at the map to see the next island, or you can just travel around until you get lucky and find it. I believe the islands will always be the same in everyone's game, and at the second island, we're going to do that same minigame, this time with a green orb. After you do that, make sure you pick up that resonator and head back to your boat. Last but not least, find the purple orbed island near the northwest of the map, and again, repeat that same minigame 3 times until you fully charge the purple orb and you can finally pick up your resonator again. At this point, you may also realize that it's called the amp munition, and let's go ahead and stick it into a hole where it belongs. Our final step is to take all of our parts here, go to the research room, and we can craft the beam smasher. This is a pretty cool wonder weapon that has some great utility. Just make sure you don't get stuck in the room with the zombies. You can use the primary fire to basically melt zombies, or you can use the secondary fire to basically slow down enemies and make them more susceptible to damage by either the beam smasher itself or your other weapons. This also pairs incredibly well with your co-op partners, who will be very thankful when you use this weapon. The final step to completing this guide is dropping a like on the video. Thanks for watching. I hope the video was helpful. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Peace.